That these guys have come up all the way from Cornwall to play for you this evening. So, without further ado, this is Garath, this is Annie. Would you please make them feel very, very welcome? This is their first time they've been to the drawing room. I do hope that you enjoy the experience as much as I know we're going to enjoy yours. So please make a big noise. How do I introduce Garath and Annie? Garath and Annie, that'll do for now. Thank you. Make a big noise. Thank you.
Okay. Good evening, everybody. It's such an amazing place. I'm kind of still in awe, really. You kind of, you know, when you sit in the car for like hours and then you end up at a place, you know, you never really know what you're going to get.
I think we might be dreaming.
Yeah, it's been an awesome experience so far.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah. It's not actually real. We're still in the car asleep.
Yeah. And it's even better when you get to a gig and you know the people that you're playing with, which is awesome.
Which we didn't realise until we turned up, that it's the portraits we've met before. Forward thinking.
Yeah. We're going to start with a song called A Change For You. And it's a song off of our current EP. And it was a kind of like a bittersweet story. So it's a story about seeing somebody that you really care about go through like a horrible situation and wanting to be able to fix it. And not being able to do anything about the situation, and even though you know you want to try your best to kind of fix the situation, sometimes you just got to let it run its course and hope for the best outcome. So this is called A Change For You, and Annie's going to sing it.
Your shout became a whisper, it's fallen on deaf ears. Your tears became a river full of fears. You hold yourself together when everyone's around. Why can't they hear you calling? You speak without a sound.
It's ringing in your ears. Your darkest day is dawning. Will it become clear? You shy beneath the covers to shut the world away. This distance is destroying you, a heavy price you pay.
And is there something that I could say? And is there something that I could do to make a change for you? And I wish that there was something that I could say, that there was something that I could do to make a change for you. There must be something I could do to make a change for you. There must be something I could say. There must be something I could do to make a change, to make a change for you.
Thank you very much.
What are we doing next?
Susie. So I have this horrible habit of when I'm writing songs, I kind of just I'm not a natural guitar player. I kind of taught myself how to play guitar, So I just tune the strings into the tuning that I think sounds good to my ear,
Not
and that's
based
how
on
I write a song.
logistics.
Yeah. So I kind of make up my own chords, and it's interesting when it comes to like doing
It's
a
fun in
set
rehearsals
list.
because when I play piano, I don't do it based on music either. So us trying to learn a song, I don't know how it works. It's like miracles.
I suppose that's
Yeah.
yeah.
Exactly. Anyone else that came into the band would be like, "What is this? What is happening?"
It's interesting when you go and jam with people and they start shouting chords at you. I'm just like, I don't know what you're saying.
Rabbit in headlights. It's also not so great when I've got a Citroen C1. That's what we tour in. And ideally, you'd have like 4 or 5 guitars, but you've only got one.
Yeah, I've
No
got.
space.
I had to sacrifice my hard case for a soft case to fit it in the car. So yeah, this is a song called Susie, and it's off our first EP.
About someone not called Susie.
About somebody not called Susie, disguised in a different name.
Susie says she doesn't like the love songs. Oh, that Susie is as cold as ice. And you'll never be the one, 'cause her innocence is gone. Some you win, some you lose every time.
Got no big ideas to make you seem to realize that I am ever here.
Just looking at my phone and waiting on a call that never comes.
Or have I gotten into something that I never should have started? The universe is telling me to run as far as I can. Your sweetness has turned sour. Your sugar rubbing salt into the wounds.
Susie says she doesn't like the love songs. Oh, that Susie is as cold as ice. And you'll never be the one, 'cause her innocence is gone. Some you win, some you lose every time.
But I made a big mistake. You twisted up this fragile heart. Now lovers turn to hate. Why does this always happen? Why do you never learn? You're a sucker for a pretty one. You always end up hurt.
Susie says she doesn't like the love songs. Oh, that Susie is as cold as ice. And you'll never be the one, her innocence is gone. Some you win, some you lose every time. said she doesn't like the love songs. Oh, that Susie is as cold as ice. And you'll never be the one, 'cause her innocence is gone. Some you win, some you lose. Susie says she doesn't like the love songs. Oh, that Susie is as cold as ice. And you'll never be the one, 'cause her innocence is gone. Some you win, some you lose. Some you win, with her you lose every time.
Thank you very much. Water.
Definitely not that rock and roll.
Yeah, we do like our sleep with like the most rock and roll band in the world.
I think I like actual rocks more than rock and roll. Like,
We were really lucky to go and play Glastonbury this year, and we were in bed by the way.
I had like 9 hours sleep one
11
night. It was
11
great.
o'clock, Yeah.
I had your Fitbit on to see how much I could
was
sleep
like
through
that,
everything.
like noise.
That's fast asleep.
Yeah.
We're better off than the guys in the portraits who we've just found out they didn't take tent pegs. No, tent poles.
Yeah, they took the tent and no tent poles. That's a legendary fail.
They made their own
Yeah.
bamboo. They were like sawing bamboo. They were about it. Commitment.
Yeah.
Exactly. Where's the I've got my bamboo and saw
Yeah.
tent poles.
It's like me with that multi-tool that you got me for my
Oh, yeah.
birthday. Got a multi-tool, so every time Annie's like notorious good at like breaking things.
And you're really good at fixing them.
Yeah.
In my wake. Destruction. We got stuck in a traffic jam coming out. Well, Cornwall's got one road out of it, and they've blocked it for roadworks. So we have to find things to do in these traffic jams, and I
Yeah.
made you find every tool on the multi-tool. It's got like 50 something.
Yeah, it came with like a really cool brochure. And it took me ages to actually work out like the individual pictures to the thing. But
It was amazing.
hours of fun. So yeah, the next song from deviated from that is it's a song off of our first EP. So me and Annie kind of met about 3 years ago now. Well, no, 4 years ago. God.
About 1 million years ago.
Yeah.
Might as well be.
But we started the duo about 2.5 years ago.
Something like that.
Yeah. Yeah, it was kind of a weird thing because I was gigging as a solo artist and I had like a band and Annie joined the band and it was really noisy, like
Too much drums.
too much drums.
Too much
Annie didn't like
blues.
the guys, and we went out and we did a couple of gigs as duo just to kind of make some money in the pubs, like Sunday roast. Somebody was eating their roast and we were like playing in the corner, and people were kind of really responding to it. So we sort of kind of like started doing more duo gigs and it became a lot more easy to sort of get in the car and disappear and go and do some gigs, like, and less stressful for me to organise 5 people to get to one place in
It's
one
hard
time.
enough just organising me.
But yeah, it was kind of, we did lots of gigs of just like violin and guitar, but Annie's got all these skills, like
I just blag everything.
yeah, keyboard skills and accordion skills, and this was the first song that we put keys on really. When we sat in your little hut and we kind of worked out, and it came together really easy, and that was like the beauty of it. But it's a song about the decisions you make in life can like have a massive impact on you, and you might make it without really thinking about it. You know, sometimes you get presented with a fork in the road and you've got to go one way or the other, or you know, you'll just fall into things. And I studied music, and then it's all I wanted to do, and I played in a punk pop trio. I had long
Is that
hair.
the way up today?
Yeah, I was playing Elliot, and I really thought that was kind of going to be the thing, and all of a sudden it just kind of like fell apart one day because the 2 brothers fell out, and I was the bass player in the corner just going, I don't want to argue, let's just play some music. And they were just
The
like,
hippie with long hair in the corner.
yeah, let's just be chill. So I stopped playing music for quite a while, and I'd got like a 2-week contract in a flat-pack furniture company just to get some money and chase after a girl, and the 2 weeks turned into 9 years, and it was like, you know, like looking back now, it's kind of, man, like where did that go? And I really sort of embraced it, and I really, you know, it started off as just a bit of a chore, but then it became really cool because it was like producing something, like a product at the end of the day. And when the recession hit, it kind of, the company folded. It's 25 years old company, you know, down in Cornwall, lots of people, and made redundant really quickly, and it kind of makes you think about life choices. And I just bought a house, and I needed to kind of get out and get a job straight away to pay the mortgage, and I fell into a job as an analyst, like making charts, and it was like the polar opposite of who I am. Like, so you do this thing all day, but it kind of spurred me into getting back into music. So, you know, it can happen. I don't know. But yeah. Okay. Well, I was going to switch it up, but I won't do it.
Oh God,
Don't do that.
You're on the wrong side of the stage to me. Normally you're this side of me.
Oh yeah. I knew something felt a bit weird.
Yeah, no, so don't start switching anything else.
Oh, 1, 2, 3.
It's all or nothing. It's all or nothing. It's all or nothing at all. It's all or nothing. It's all or nothing. It's all or nothing at all. Too many people without choices, too many without voices. That much has always been so clear to me. You're part of a system that won't change. You're going in circles. Time seems to slip away. Another year aboard a runaway train. Turn the page over. Turn the lights down low. Turn me inside out. And if you find me, let me know. Too many people in the world that are a victim of their own success and never been a bigger mess. It's plain as day to see. You're part of the circus. You're going insane. You paint a smile on every day. It helps you be. It's part of the disguise. Turn the page over. And turn the lights down low. And turn me inside out. And if you find me, let me know. Thank you.
What's next?
biggest enemies.
I normally just have to work out from the stories. And that's all going fine, apart from a gig a couple weeks ago in Swanage. Garath started telling a story about pizza, and I was like, I don't know where this is going. So now I keep asking.
Oh yeah, that was a good story.
That was a good story, but it didn't help me. I was sat there like,
No.
what's happening? Where are we going?
I was kind of basically telling a story. I got back from work and I went to
This is a good story.
I went to M&S on the way back because I was like feeling a bit like, oh, I'm a bit bored. I want something nice for tea, so I went to M&S and bought some food. But they had an offer. Like, I love pizza, so they had a pizza offer, and the offer was a pizza and a bottle of prosecco. So I thought, okay, that sounds like a wicked idea. So I got home and I cooked the pizza, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna have a drink of prosecco and like feel really good about myself. So I sat down on the sofa and started scanning through Netflix to find something to watch while I was eating my pizza and enjoying my prosecco. And when I was a kid, I used to love wrestling, like WWF wrestling. I was obsessed with it, and every person that tried to tell me that it was fake, I would be like, I'd be up in your grill saying, no, it's not, it's 100% real. Yeah. So wrestling. And so yeah, I was scouting through Netflix, and I stumbled across, like, I love documentaries, and I stumbled across this documentary about Jake the Snake Roberts. I don't know if anybody, okay, we've got a couple of. So the documentary was basically about Jake the Snake Roberts. Like, after he retired from wrestling, he kind of like fell apart because his story was like you go from the highs of being in the wrestling ring with loads of people screaming and cheering for you to like eating pizza and prosecco. So like so he was some guy that he kind of mentored along the way. Heard that he was in a bad place and found him and kind of like brought him back to life. And he was in a they met him, and he was kind of like an alcoholic in a wife beater, sat on the sofa, like not really doing anything with his life, just kind of reminiscing. And this unbelievably inspiring guy, that it was somebody that he kind of mentored, sort of gets him back into the fitness and brings him back and like journeyed him back into the wrestling ring. So I'm there, like I'm getting really inspired, and then I'm looking at myself and I'm like, I'm eating pizza and I'm drinking prosecco in the middle of the week. So I was like, okay, I'm going to change my life. So I started Googling personal trainers, and I found like a local personal trainer, and I sent him this heartfelt email of like,
it's for real, I've seen the email.
Yeah.
It really is true.
Like I spend all my weekends in the car driving, and then I sit at a computer desk all week, and I feel really like unhealthy.
It basically just sent you like an automated response.
And it just said at the moment like I'm busy until October. So I gave
Hey,
up.
it's October. Look,
Yeah.
you could start your new
I
life.
could, yeah.
Or just keep eating pizza.
Yeah. But in hindsight, it was good. It inspired me for a day.
For an hour.
Yeah. So this is a song about falling in love.
It's not a song about
basically.
pizza.
It's not a song about pizza or my love of pizza, or wrestling. No, or Jake the Snake Roberts. This is just a story about falling in love, and the scariness of it, and kind of not really knowing somebody and getting to know them. So Annie's gonna sing it.
Such a mystery. I'm confused who you want me to be, 'cause you hold me so tightly and push me away. If you ask me, you know I would stay.
answers, but this much is true, I'll do anything for you. So bring me back to life and fill me full of hope, and give me all your love, and that way I can cope. Relieve me of the thoughts that I'm in this alone. If you open up your heart, and I'll give it a home. So bring me back to life and fill me full of hope, and give me all your love, and that way I can cope. Relieve me of the thoughts that I'm in this alone. If you open up your heart, and I'll give it a home.
Thank you. John Prine.
I nearly wore that late you. I nearly wore your dress. I nearly wore that dress this evening.
No way.
Yeah. I was like, I recognise that. Yeah, I cut the top bit off because I didn't like that bit. It was too restrictive around your neck. The like white bit I cut off mine. So yours would be the same. No, it would have been. Yeah, it would have shown that I'd cut mine apart because I didn't like it. It was too I've been thinking about how to say that all the way through the gig. I'm like, I need to tell that lady I've got the same dress.
Oh, is that what you look for?
I've been like, I need to tell her.
So we're going to do a cover. We don't do a lot of covers. We're rubbish at learning covers.
I don't even learn your lyrics. I think someone else's.
No. So Annie kind of spearheaded this one, and she found the cover because it was a song that she grew up listening to, and she kind of came over to show me it, but then got distracted and showed me about 10 different cat videos of fluffy animals just like being cute, and then got to the point and was like, oh no, actually this is the song that I want to cover. And it's an old country song. It's a John Prine and Nancy Griffin song, and it came together really quickly. Like normally we struggle when we're trying to do covers, and it just like happened within sort of 2 hours. We sat there, learnt the whole lyrics and pieced it together, and
it's probably the simplest song ever written.
Yeah, but no, it was it's the opposite end of Biggest Enemies. It's kind of like about a breakup, but so yeah, this is at the speed of the sound of loneliness.
Come home late and you come home early. You come home big when you're feeling small. You come home straight and you come home curly. Sometimes you don't come home at all. So what in the world's come over you? What in heaven's name have you done? You've broken the speed of the sound of loneliness. You're out there running just to be on the run. Well, I got a heart that burns with a fever, and I've got a worried and a jealous mind.
How can a love that'll last forever get left so far behind? So what in the world's come over you? What in heaven's name have you done? You've broken the speed of the sound of loneliness. You're out there running just to be on the run. It's a mighty mean, it's a dreadful sorrow. It's crossed the evil line today. Well, how can you ask about tomorrow when we ain't got one word to say? So what in the world has come over you? What in heaven's name have you done? You've broken the speed of the sound of loneliness. You're out there running just to be on the run. You're out there running just to be on the run. You're out there running just to be on the run.
Thank you. Okay, we'll squeeze them in. I just like chat less.
Yeah,
I'm
no.
awful when I start chatting. I'm a big.
I think we write the set list and then get on a roll chatting about pizza. And then what are we doing?
On the run. Because it was really cool earlier. So this is a song that we tucked ourselves away in a little cottage for about 3 weekends to write a new EP, and it was really nice. It was Annie's grand's.
We played
grand
mostly
and
Jenga.
granddad's. We played a lot of Jenga. We
Went
spent a
for-
lot of time down the spa.
Yeah, they knew us by name, but
Yeah.
the like proportion
We
of
tried
time
every
spent.
kind of meal combination they had in the spa. But yeah, we also spent a lot of time writing, and it was good because we couldn't get distracted. There was no internet, there was no telephone signal. The TV was like proper buzzy. You know, when you used to have to get a booster to get the TV
It's
to
like
work.
the white noise that we found at the portraits used to sleep to.
Oh yeah, yeah,
They
a
loved
bit like
it.
that. Yeah, definitely. And this is one of the songs that came out of that writing session. It's always a tricky one to tune for, but it's a tale of two sides really. It's just two people that kind of, you know, deep down really love each other, but they just can't find a way of getting on. So the first half of the story is like one perspective, and the second side is the other person's, and eventually they, you know, hopefully meet in the middle. Am I in the right? Gotta get it right. That's it. Just like I just like get annoyed with myself all the way through. I'm in the right key, you know.
Dunno.
Well,
Yeah, maybe.
yeah. So yeah, this is a story about running away, called On the Run.
I've been thinking of the things I say to you. If you had an open ear, could I really tell the truth? Consumed with all your insecurities. Is there nothing left to say? Maybe I should walk away. 'Cause you don't ever see, you don't ever see the real me. There's another side I always have to hide away.
pick myself back off the ground, and never knowing what I'm going through. It never occurs to you why I'm always on the run. Turn away and push me to the side. I hold out an open hand when I'm sinking in the sand. In desperate times it's harder to confess. Will the sky open up when I'm taking my last breath? 'Cause you don't ever see, you don't ever see the real me. There's another side I always have to hide away, away. If I let these walls come down, I pick myself back off the ground, and never knowing what I'm going through. It never occurs to you why I'm always on the run, why I'm always on the run.
Thank you. You what?
Are we running out of time?
I think we've got,
What should we do?
we've got 10 minutes, so we can squeeze 2 in. Is that cool? Yeah. So the next song is like it's a pretty new one. We've only just started gigging it, and it's a story. I'm a proper Cornish boy, so I come from a big Cornish family. I lived in a village where my auntie lived next door to me, and then 2 doors down my other auntie lived, and then the street over was my other
I
auntie
thought
and
this was
uncle.
a joke until you actually showed me, and I was like, no, this is for real.
And
This
my
isn't exaggeration.
Gran lived at the top of the village, and my cousin lived in the little village next door.
Village life at its best.
And it was a really cool growing up experience because all the family were really close together, so we all spent lots of time together, and Christmases and like family birthdays were like really kind of meaningful, and the stuff that you look back on and think that was really cool. Like I'm happy I'm part of a big family. My dad was adopted, so like Dad didn't really have a big family, and Dad kind of migrated into my mum's family. They adopted him when Dad lost both of his parents, like at a really young age, and he was going out with Mum, and my gran kind of took him in, and that's the family that he knew, and I just thought that was like really amazing. But I spent we've been gigging lots with this other band that are from Cornwall, but they're not Cornish. None of them are Cornish.
None are actually from Cornwall, and we're both. Well, actually, see, you've got 8 generations from that are Cornish, but
Yeah.
Garath was born in Plymouth because you had to go over the bridge to get born. So I'm like actually broken the cycle.
So, yeah,
This
so
is ongoing argument.
I'm going to argue that Annie thinks she's more Cornish than me because she
'Cause
got
I was
born
actually
in
born in
Cornwall.
Cornwall, the only person.
But all of the family on my mum's side, like my grand side were all fishermen. My granddad's side were all farmers. So the notorious people down in Cornwall, like the fishermen called the Jagos. So I love this story about the Jagos, and there's like Tony Jago used to be a fisherman, and like the family, and it kind of.
Surname, not Jago.
Yeah, no, it's not
It's
as
got
good.
better ring.
Yeah. And I just thought it was really cool. My auntie, when I sat with her, she was just telling me about how she used to wait for the fishing trawlers to come in around the bay down at Ramehead. And she used to wait for them to dock, and they used to sing sea shanties, and she would dance for them and stuff like that. I just thought it was really cool. So I wanted to write a fisherman's story, and it's a story about a fisherman's son that knows that he's got to be a fisherman because it's part of the family, but he doesn't want to be a fisherman. So even though he doesn't want to do it, he does it. And his father like recognizes something in himself that, you know, he didn't want to be a fisherman either, but he did it because his father was a fisherman. And because he realizes it in his son, he breaks the cycle and like kind of lets him free and says, go and do your thing. So this is called Jago's Song.
I was born into a fishing family, like my father's father, all raised out at sea. But I don't want to be the same, I'm needing something more. But do I need it more than they need me? In the summer I go swimming in the bay, dreaming of bigger things, my chance to sail away. But my roots are buried deep inside this place that I go home. For that reason I know I must stay.
If you cast your mind back to when you were just small, when your dreams were as big as you were tall, and every now and then you see yourself in me before you gave your soul up to the sea.
Then one day my father took me to one side. He said, son, I know that your future's not like mine. There's a world that's calling out your name, so go and shake its hand. Don't fade away like footsteps in the sand.
If I cast my mind back to when I was your age, all my dreams were taken far away,
And every now and then I see myself in you. The difference is my father never knew. So I grabbed my things and jumped aboard a train, wiped my tears, adventure flowing through my veins. But no matter where I ran to, I never found my peace, 'cause home is where I knew that I should be.
Thank you very much.
Have we got time for one more? Yeah.
So yeah, thank you very much for listening to us. It's been an absolute amazing experience. Just yeah, really, really, really gracious for everything, and can't wait to hear the portraits later. It's been a while since we've seen you guys, so and Annie's been chomping at the bit to get some of this curry down there. Some of Jeremy's curry. So we'll finish with this one. It's only so kind of another new one for us, but we've been playing for a bit now.
That's not what you say to people. You gotta tell them it's brand new still.
Yeah. So I'm a terrible overthinker. I've got that musician's trait where I just sit in bed and I wish like my thoughts didn't run away with me, but they do, and I try my best to block them out, but I can't. And it's a part of me that I really don't like. I think it kind of makes me me, but it's just that side of me that I just wish I could get some peace, like sometimes. So I wrote a song about kind of like not liking that and wanting to get rid of that part of me. And there's a line in the chorus which is kind of like tear this page out and then set it on fire, burn the evidence, so that
Angry.
So it doesn't.
Such a wrestler.
Such a wrestler. Think that was my calling. I missed the chorus.
Such a calm outside.
Yeah.
Quite a good guitar pun. Quite picky.
Trying to work out what string it was. So yeah, thank you very, very much for being such an amazing audience. It's been awesome. And if you like what we've been playing, we've got some CDs. They're only a £5. And if you just want a flyer to find out where you can find more about us and the internet and all of that, we've got some of those too. But
I feel really bad. They've been on they've been on your table all this time. I'm sorry, that box has been in your way. I've just realised it's just there.
So this is called Burn the Evidence.
What do you really want from me? There's a rainbow in the distance that I rarely get to see. You call on your friends, but they're all gone, 'cause you stepped outside the normal and lost your will to carry on. You came to the end, you tore out your pages until it made sense. So burn the evidence and try again.
Forget that.
Calm down those thoughts that steal your days. Close your eyes and think of silence. Lose yourself until they fade. It's hard to feel like everyone else when your bones are made for breaking and you do it to yourself. You came to the end, you tore out your pages until it made sense. So burn the evidence and try again. pages until it makes sense. So burn the evidence and try again. You came to the end. You tore out your pages until it made sense. So burn the evidence. Just burn the evidence. Just burn the evidence and try again.
Thank you very much. Yeah, thanks for.
Thank you so much. Listen, before either of you kind of pack up and start to put everything away, I know you come a huge distance, although it must be a 4-hour drive, is it, from Cornwall?
I think so. I'm more worried about going to Yorkshire tomorrow. It's even further. It's like different other side
Don't
of the
worry, they're
world.
very friendly up there. They're very friendly in Yorkshire. You'll
Yeah,
like
it's
them.
quite far.
If you could imagine for a moment there's a curtain come down and everybody's still making a big, big noise and they want you to give just one more. Could we get one more from you? Yes. There we go. More.
Which one to play?
I swear I just lip read you saying pineapple.
Pineapple?
I swear that's what I lip read you were saying, so I don't know what you're saying.
No, what do you want to play?
I don't mind. What do you want to do? Is there anything that we didn't do in the set because we didn't have enough time?
There's Lifeline, but
No,
or Jessie, or
don't mind.
or Thingy.
Thingy.
Thingy sounds good, doesn't it? Thingy. It's the
I'm
osmosis.
with you guys, the thingy thing.
Just
Come on,
the
ESP.
little ditty
Yeah?
on the surface.
Can't really remember very well, but that's wrong with it.
You choose. It's your pick.
I don't mind. No, we'll do that film.
Okay, I'll chew that. Okay, it's only a little ditty.
That's
Well,
it. That was the song.
Yeah.
There it is.
So that's Thingy.
That's thingy.
That's the
Now we're gonna play a song called Pineapple. That's definitely what you said.
pineapple. Where did you get that from?
I don't know. I lip read you, and I think that's what you said.
Pineapple. Yeah, but team
Yeah,
up. a bit.
pineapple.
Ricky?
Yeah,
Yes. Oosh.
winning.
God. Oh yeah.
I think we should have finished the last song. We're
Yeah.
going really well. Quit while we're ahead.
I woke today with sunlight on my shoulders, but still the wind feels colder. There's something haunting me, and all I know is time's not on my side. I've been on a one-way ride into a storm. And who's to say if it was truly worth it? It's right there on the surface for all who wish to see. This chapter's closed and I'm on the open road, chasing down the moments, but it's lonely living free. I don't know if I'm coming or going, I don't know if the lies are the truth. Tell me, can you make me a promise I'm not wasting these tears over you? I don't know if I'm coming or going. I don't know if the lies are the truth. Tell me, can you make me a promise? I'm not wasting these tears over you.
Thank you very much. Thank you for listening to us.
Boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention even just for a moment, just to say that the Portraits are back in town. The last time they were here was at Berryfields, and they had such a great reception. In fact, just in case, for all the people who are watching us around the world, Jackie, if you are in New York, you should have been here.
Yeah.
You should have been here tonight,
Agreed.
actually, just in case you thought you were being missed. You're not. Look, Jackie,
Yeah.
where are you? So, anyhow, listen, these guys have been huge friends and supporters of the Drawing Room for a little, some 3-4 years now? 4 years. How about that? 5
I've got
years.
to correct it, so it's 5 almost.
5
to the week.
years. Wow.
I'm useless for dates.
Time to go to big school. Anyhow, listen, would you please make them feel very welcome? Welcome them back with a big noise. Jeremy and Lorraine, the Portraits.
Thank you. Richard, thank you so much, and to your amazing team. It's just, every time we come here, it's getting more and more professional. I was seeing Richard tinkering away with the video camera before, and the live broadcasts are becoming really, who needs X Factor? I mean, even without this, no, seriously, who does need X Factor anyway?
X Factor. That's
So it's always a great pleasure, Richard, and we're delighted to call you very dear friend ourselves, and it's really nice this evening to have been kind of part of the whole, food thing as well, and they're all still alive, which is good so far. By the time it kicks in, I'll be miles
usually
away.
it's 2 o'clock in the morning. You'll be well gone.
So we've written more or less an entire new album about Burma, which is coming out next year. And the album's going to be called Global Heartbeat. And we're going to sing a few tunes from it this evening, and a few tunes from older songs as well. And we'll explain a bit more about this amazing place that Lorraine particularly has been working incredibly hard to raise funds for. We'll start by singing a song influenced by Burma. When we went there last in October 2015, they were just about to have a general election, which was the most free and fair election that they've had in some decades. And I say the most because I think a lot of people would still argue it wasn't free and fair at all. But it was, nonetheless, a big step towards letting the person that's been waiting in the wings for so long, Aung San Suu Kyi, her name is, she's the sort of Nelson Mandela of Burma, finally get her hands on the reins of the country in at least one sense, even though the military still have to have their grip on a chunk of it. When you have that kind of moment, a Nelson Mandela type moment in any country, it's hard to say that it's doomed to failure. I very much hope that it isn't, but naturally there's so much hope invested in the person that's going to become president. It's a tough moment because it's very hard to live up to the hope and this godlike status. So this is our wish that in Aung San Suu Kyi's case, her running the country will go brilliantly smoothly and that this place will have a bright future. This is called Good Things. From the head, will your heart rule instead? Lead us to better ourselves, get ahead, simply teach us to know how to think again. You were once nameless. Now you are shamelessly sprayed out in rainbows of pride. Again lifted onto your shoulders, the burden of hope in your name. Good things, good things, good things come. Good things, good things, good things come. Oh, good things, good things, good things come to those who wait. There's anticipation, emancipation, but discrimination now flows through this nation. Oh, teach us to know when we're wrong. It's never easy, the safety of PC in your eyes when we see Francis of Assisi simply godlike for too long. Good things, good things, good things come. Good things, good things, good things come. Oh, good things, good things, good things come to those who wait. Thank you very, very much. Do you know what? I'm getting a few pings on my phone because I put a message out that this was going out live around the planet, and a few people have said hi. So I'm going to say hello back to a few people out there in a minute, if you don't mind.
You love it.
I love it. Yeah, it's my star.
I swear, I hate having lunch with him. Bing, bing, bing. Turn it off. Turn it off.
So, yeah, our association with Burma goes back nearly 20 years, actually. We had the chance to go out at a time when my own parents were working there, doing work relating to the British Council about 20 years ago. And we discovered this amazing school in the north of the country called Pongdou School. There may even be somebody watching from Pongdou, although it is, I think, the middle of the night there at the moment, so I wouldn't blame them if they weren't. But it is the most amazing institution run by this inspirational monk who is a Buddhist monk, but it's not a particularly religious school as such. They are open to all people children from all religions and none. And their main thing is not charging kids or their parents, if they have parents, and many don't, for their education. And the school now has 7,000 children. And a huge team of teachers that it has to fund, and it funds from donations. And they are genuinely so grateful. We had a personal letter from them a couple of days ago. They're very grateful for the generosity, as they see it, of people in this country at the moment for helping us with this project, raising funds for the school, where at the moment they have one teacher to about 100 pupils, don't they, in most areas of the school. The Burmese are incredible people. Lorraine's starting to play the chords for a song inspired by this young lady. She's a little girl in a town called Bago, which is just near the former capital called Rangoon. And this picture was taken when we were there in Burma in 2001. And we traveled up on a day trip to see this small market town, where there are many children like this girl working there. They don't go to school. They simply do the work for their families to make ends meet. And she was just about to pick up this giant basket of crab apples, as you can see. And just at that moment, Lorraine approached her and said, "Do you mind if I take your picture?" And she was so enchanted by this that she gave Lorraine the broadest smile, which is so typical of the Burmese. You know, despite all their hardship, they smile. They've got this amazing spirit. And this gentleman here walked towards her just as Lorraine was about to take the picture and helped the girl, just after the snap was taken, haul this giant basket, twice her weight probably, onto her head. And the spirit of this girl kind of stayed with us, and Lorraine took the photo and developed it yourself. And we reflected on many occasions years after what happened to her, and was life kinder to her? And, you know, imagining we've got a child now around the same age, Kira, and in a different sort of time and space, they could have been friends. So this is our tribute to this girl. We hope one day we might be able to trace her and find her and tell her we've written a song about her. So this is Bago Girl.
Don't think, don't watch, don't ask, don't move, just walk away. Like a girl, are you listening? You'll be 20 now or more. Child carries no weight like you did. In other times you might have been friends. So don't think, don't watch, don't ask, don't move, just walk away. Like a girl, your expression still so loaded 10 years on. So this is me, and I love all that I am. In the dust, it begins and ends. Don't think, don't watch, don't ask, don't move, just walk away. Like a girl, did they defeat you? Such dignity in dress and tone. Flowers over all the graves of your world.
Wondering if
Might change while your hopes never come.
passing by. Thank you.
Thank you.
Our experiences in this amazing country that we're working towards raising funds for at the moment are not all sad. Many of them are inspiring in a different way. This song we're going to sing now is actually we sang it for the very first time in this very space back in whenever it was. Somebody said it was February earlier. Okay, it probably was. Was it?
Thank you.
All right.
Oh my goodness me! We've got a fan
9:25 exactly. Yeah. There we go. And so it was February the 5th, and we sang it in this room, and we said, we've got this song, and we've just written it, but we actually haven't got a title yet, and we put it out there to everybody to vote. Oh,
It was the 6th.
that's not acceptable.
We'll forgive you.
That's
No, we'll forgive you. He's not. I'll forgive
grave
you.
error. Grave error. Makes all the difference.
Actually, I think that song was titled something completely
It
different.
was. That's the thing. I was just going to say, yeah.
And I think we had an argument on stage.
Yeah.
By the way, for everybody listening out there, I won.
We had our own mini referendum here, and Lorraine won. Yes. My working title for the song was just simply "Here," as in right here. And Lorraine said, no.
Crossfire.
Crossfire. And, well, people didn't spare my feelings. They all voted unanimously for Crossfire. So Crossfire it is. This was dedicated to another little boy at the same school. I think his picture is on there somewhere. And this little boy had that typical Burmese smile. Is that him there? Yeah, in your arms. This little boy had the most, again, typically Burmese charming smile, and came in but he had a kind of haunted look behind this face, and we kind of thought, ooh, I wonder what's happened. Has he had something wrong? And we discovered that something very wrong had happened. His mother and father had recently both died in an ethnic battle in a remote area of Burma, and he was more or less discovered under this pile of bodies, including his own parents. Terrible, terrible story, and it got us thinking on a wider level. I mean, it's such a lovely, lovely little chap, but it got us thinking on a wider level how often children end up in the way when we are having our adult affairs that we can't sort out in one way or another, whether that's war or whether that's our own private issues. But in one way, we sometimes don't take care enough of children, and we wanted to write about that, really, how they're in the crossfire, and this is called Crossfire, as you know.
Mine is a small place here in the corner of a battleground where one who's so small all but disappears. So full of terror at the thunder crashing endlessly out in the hall. It's coming closer, bleeds through the plaster. I'm icy still. Cries of hate and arrows fly. There in the crossfire am I, and my tiny heart takes the fall. I should have been nowhere near at all. This is my refuge here in the corner of a safety net that's torn up in fear. If I stop breathing, maybe I'll vanish. Mother and father, please don't leave me here. It's coming closer, angrier, faster. I'm icy still. There in the crossfire am I, and my tiny heart takes the fall. I should have been nowhere near at all. And over my head, the cries of hate and arrows fly. There in the crossfire am I, and my tiny heart takes the fall. Should have been nowhere near at all.
God I was here. Over my head, the cries of hate and arrows fly. There in the crossfire am I, and my tiny heart takes the fall. I should have been nowhere near at all. And over my head, the cries of hate and arrows fly. There in the crossfire am I, and my tiny heart takes the fall. Should have been nowhere near at all. They forgot I was here. They forgot I was here. Thank you.
Thank you.
You're lovely. Thank you very, very much. One thing we're always guaranteed here is a beautiful audience. Thank you very much. You're very, very kind. It's like being in someone's house. And it is someone's house. It's this man's house.
I think it's actually very important to say at this stage that it is very important for you to come out and see us, because otherwise, for us, we don't have a performance space. And every time I say it, and I think I say the same thing, but it is getting harder and harder for music venues to survive and make a living. And it really is people like you just coming up, because I think actually, and I am guilty of this, where you sit at home and you're comfortable and you can't be bothered, you know, getting up off your backside. And when you do, actually, sorry, the Queen Mother. Oh, she's dead already. Sorry, it's okay.
Do you know what?
I've had a drink and you haven't.
Yeah.
It's Richard's fault. I'll blame him. I was only going to have one, and then he brought out the Rioja. And it's good. It's good. But no, it's absolutely true. I'll stop at that. But thank you for coming out tonight, because I think, round of applause.
Thank
to
you. Yeah.
Fantastic.
Can I also say thanks to Garath and Annie for warming everybody up so
Yeah.
beautifully. They were
Yeah.
really fantastic. We've become good friends with them. We've played with them 3 or 4 times over the years, and we always just, reflect on music and everything, and have a good chin wag beforehand, and they're just lovely people. We're going to take you on our little trip to South Africa now. All of us right here, right now.
Ooh.
The plane's arriving. It's outside. This is inspired by Cape Town and the African spirit, and the fact that I hope they're going to continue to do the amazing thing that they have so far, creating this beautiful new nation out of the ashes of the past without destroying the relics of the past and the memory of the past, because it's a history lesson that must be kept so that we can learn from it. And they've done an extremely good job of doing that so far. Keeping the monuments, keeping the road names, and saying it happened, and we move on. And I hope that that continues. This is called Undo.
Today I tore up the past, browsing shelves of old photos that bore no resemblance to me, faces I no longer needed from the holes in the journey I've made. These are all the faces I once loved, and I in turn gave mine. These are the stitches life sewed to deny that it was you. Write history anew.
Then somebody called time, someone who would have an interest in letting me go on. Said you can run the record, but you can't erase time. These are all the faces I once loved, and when I in turn gave mine. These are the stitches I've sewed. Deny that it was you. Write history anew. Every stitch in the fabric of me. Every stitch. Today I drop them one by one. I once loved, they promised me their future, and I in turn gave mine when I knew nothing of time. These are the stitches life sewed. When the past no longer suits you, deny that it was you. Write history anew. Thank you. Woo. Thank you very much. Do you know what? Can I say a very quick hello to a couple of people that have just sent me a message? From we've got some international watchers actually. We've got your cousin in America watching us right now, Mel. She's in Indianapolis.
Hello.
Hi, Mel.
Can
How are
everybody
you?
do a big hello to Mel and her lovely, lovely girls?
Hello.
In an American accent. Hi.
Yeah, even though she's from Leicester, but that's all right. Yeah, she's moved out there. And a couple of our really amazing supporters have messaged us from all over the place. Neil Hayward in London, Dinah Johnson in Purbeck, Ian Chambers in East London, and our fantastic supporter Rachel Cox Adamson and her family up in Manchester, and none other than Radio 2's newsreader Justine Green, who's become a really big supporter of ours. There you go, Justine. You got a big, and she's watching with her fabulous parents in Coventry. Thank you. She's become a really big supporter of ours, and we're very, very grateful to her and Pauline, her mum, and David, and the family, Glyn. Thank you very much to all of you. So this country called Myanmar or Burma, historically Burma, and more recently renamed to its traditional name of Myanmar by the army, hence a bit of a debate as to whether it should be Myanmar and Burma, or Burma, I should say. In fact, nowadays people tend to say Myanmar stroke Burma. It's one of these places where if you've been fortunate enough to go, it changes everything. Actually, we were looking at some of Richard's photos of India. He visited India not long ago. And, you know, I could see that the impact of that place on you was profound, and we're lucky enough to be going to India ourselves soon. Those kind of countries make you think again about everything, you know. We all have good days and bad days. We all have days where we think, God, you know, things just aren't working out for me in one way or another. But then you go and see another place like Burma or India, and actually it just changes your mind and everything. It makes you think, none of my problems really matter. I could just abandon everything that I strive for. I could just come here where even just to be present, they treat me like royalty. They think that my presence is something very special here. Of course it isn't, but to them it is. And so that's why you get people running up to you the whole time saying, take a selfie with me, selfie, selfie, selfie. It's one international word.
There's
that has
a very funny story behind this. When we went to, the last time I was in Burma, I was pregnant with my first child, 5 months, and my mother was in the church every single day, twice a day, praying for my safe return with my child. And every book that I read was saying, yeah, it's okay to travel at 5 months when you're pregnant, just don't go to any underdeveloped countries. Oh God, ticket booked and I'm not turning back, I'm going. So 10 years later, I have my 2 children with me, and And we decided, give them a break from all this kind of intense, been pulled all over the place. Let's go to the zoo. And I promise you that the entertainment in the zoo was my children, not the elephants. Because nobody had seen red hair or blue eyes on children, and they just pulled them, selfie, selfie. And I just turned around to my son and I said, if you really want to know what Justin Bieber feels like, you are Justin Bieber at the moment in Burma. And yeah.
This is a nation of people that just offer you thanks just for being there, just for showing your face to them, just for being on their photo with them. And you want to say, I can do more than this. I can do more than just lend you my face. Stop saying thank you for just nothing, But that is how it is. And you do feel honoured and treated like royalty, as I say. So this is our reflection on this experience. It's called Beautiful Chaos.
Carving its scars through the green uncharted plains. Please tell me what I can do to make some small difference. I can give more than my face and dreams from a distance. I could leave behind music the faded dreams that haunted. Return to this beautiful chaos where someone will care. I could leave behind
So Chezu Dimbade, as you may have guessed, means quite simply thank you. On one of our, as you can tell, Lorraine and I have been extremely fortunate to have travelled quite a bit and seen some amazing places, and we're about to embark on yet another big, slightly crazy this time, world trip. This time taking our children out of school for a year. Well, they're already out of school, it started, and we're off in a few weeks' time to give them the education of life just for 8 months. We're going to take them to India and to Thailand and Hong Kong and all kinds of other amazing places, Australia. Many places which we've never visited for the first time.
America, Canada.
Yeah, I've never been to Canada, and I'm really looking forward to that. So it's going to be an experience. If anyone has any contacts for places to play or even homes where they might appreciate a little house concert in the corner, please do let us know.
Oh, fantastic. Brilliant. Come and talk to us afterwards.
Brilliant. This song was written on one of these long-haul flights out to South Africa. And you know, if you've been lucky enough to travel that far, you may know that you kind of get to sleep sometimes, and you're kind of in and out of sleep, and you're dozing, and you become quite, even without the help of wine, and let's face it,
it is the wine.
We have a bit of that too, just to help us sleep.
You keep asking me, how do we manage to get another bottle? Come on, can you use a little bit of that Irish charm? Get another bottle, come on.
So your brain gets a little bit addled, and you start to kind of feel dreamy. And one time we were traveling over a North African country, and I was looking out of the window, and I was seeing lights down below. And that's not uncommon, you know, out of an aircraft window. But my middle of the night hazy brain started to think, well, they could be just street lights, but what if they're not? What if there's something else? What if they're fires? What if it's a war? What if there's, like, you know, really terrible stuff going on down there? What it could be anything. I don't know where I'm above, and now you're then getting on the aircraft in-flight thing and trying to find out where you are on the map, and that wasn't working. So then my brain just kind of started to really think, okay, well, what if these are fires? And what if these fires are the legacy of what colonialism did all those hundreds of years ago? And I started to sort of formulate these ideas for this song in my head, and then I started to think, they look just like pretty fairy lights, and how often do we kind of think, they're probably pretty fairy lights, you know? That feels more comfortable to think of it that way. Absolve myself of the guilt. So this is Fairy Lights.
Thrown round the turbulences on the ground, and travelers' anxieties led to the dread unleashed a mile below. Wars, fronts, rivalries, far from our ancestors' cares, divide and rule, run away, live to lie another day.
We take the lion's share, let the rest disintegrate. Ours is wealth and power and divine right. We imagined away the fires that we laid, from right up here I'd set their fairy lights. Winged toy blown astray, a fragile bird will land today, and over 1 million lives time makes good, but fast divides. We take the lion's share, let the rest disintegrate. Ours is wealth and power and divine right. We imagined away the fires that we laid, and right up here I'd set their fairy let the rest disintegrate. Ours is wealth and power and divine right. We imagined away the fires that we laid, and right up here I swear we take the lion's share, let the rest disintegrate. Ours is wealth and power and divine right. We imagined away the fires that we laid, and right up here I'd swear they're fairy lights. Thank you. I hope you're not reorganising the set list.
No, I'm not.
So we're doing that.
Yeah.
Good. Thank you. I did mention our good friend Justine Green, who's also a BBC local radio presenter in Coventry, and does the news on Radio 2. And I mentioned her because, well, partly because she is just a genuinely lovely, lovely person, and has really supported us with this next song, which we're about to release as a single. And it was a song that we wrote really unexpectedly when we heard that terrible, terrible news that shocked the nation, and indeed I think a lot of the world, about our politician Joe Cox being murdered. And we wrote it on that very same day. We were in two separate places, Lorraine and myself. I was in a library doing some work, trying to organise myself, and I couldn't concentrate on anything. Even removing the politics and what you felt about the referendum and things, on a purely human level, it was just a simply dreadful thing to happen on the streets of our country. And I just literally poured out my thoughts about it as a fellow parent to Lorraine, and she was in a different place, and she took the guitar up and put a tune to this song. And we put it up online there and then, more or less, as our kind of expression of solidarity with Joe's family and everyone else feeling as dreadful about it as we did. And it got, a huge number of views and started to sort of spread around, and that was lovely. But did nothing at all to sort of remove the dreadfulness of the situation, if you like. Justine's been playing it on her show, and in a way, for me now, the politics of the Brexit vote, almost fade away when you actually consider that, that's just an opinion either way, and I can respect someone that voted differently from me. But what I can't respect is when you've got fear and hatred rising up on the streets of our country, and we cannot allow that to happen. And we can't have a situation where the politics of fear and division start to become the norm. And so we wrote this song, and we also translated it into French when we were down in France in the summer, and released it there in its French version. And they, because it's a song purely about not allowing fear to reign, it was very relevant to France this summer particularly. So this is our song, and it's a call for unity, really, and it's called Nobody Can Ever Murder Love.
Anyone can start a fire and make the headlines. Anyone can send a message round the world. Anyone can fill the clouds with hatred. But nobody can ever murder love. Anyone can take a life with guns and violence. Anyone can steal a mother from her child. Anyone can take another shot at freedom. But nobody can ever murder love. Unless and until we lose the will that we have found time and again to
anyone said a sin to bring us fear. And anyone can try to separate us, but nobody can ever murder love, unless and until we lose the will that we have found time and again to stand up much prouder, to shout even louder than them. Unless and until we lose the will that we have found time and again to stand up much prouder, to shout even louder than them.
Thank you.
You're lovely. Thank you very much.
What a lovely evening.
Isn't it? Yeah.
I want to know if Garath and Annie enjoy their Burmese curry. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I
The
heard
shouts coming from
something.
downstairs.
Yeah.
I saw even the cat licking the plate. Hopefully the cat will be okay. Oh, super.
Yeah.
So are we invited to
curry
your
ever.
house for a joint house concert? I should say, actually, I do have these items on the left side of me. This is my promotional stunt now, where there are raffle tickets going around. It is £1 a ticket, and we're going to do the draw just after our set. We've got a few songs left, and but all of these raffle items are made in the tailoring school, which actually is on these photographs along here. And if the microphone's in the way, we'll just move it out of the way. And the tailoring shop actually makes 7,000 uniforms for all the children. There's 7,000 on roll. So it's a two-tiered system, morning and afternoon. And they try to actually make all kind of gift items, like very clever bottle bags, beautiful. The skirts that they wear in Burma are actually called longies, but I'll just show you the bottle bag. That's if I don't pull the whole painting down off the wall. But look how handy and beautiful this is. It's a bottle bag. And so that's made from the school, and that's on raffle. So buy your tickets now.
It fits water bottles, of course, you know, with water, running water being so unpredictable in Burma. Everyone tends to drink out of water bottles all the time. So it's a kind of thing that everyone has their water bottle. But I think it probably also fits other kinds of bottles like beer and wine, and they won't be offended by that at all. They also make a whole range of things like iPad covers, and they're quite...
Over there.
Have you got one? Oh, very good.
Yes, on top. It's on top of the speaker. And look, it's still there. So we thought actually the vibrations of the speaker would just kind of fall on somebody's
We're not loud
head.
enough. Yeah.
So there you go.
Moon song, I think.
It is. But I'm in the wrong.
Okay. Sometimes in life these kind of magic moments happen, as you know, and you've got to treasure them.
Magic
Yeah.
moments.
Yeah.
We never know the rest.
Doobie doobie do.
No, we're not doing that song.
This is a song that was written in response to a thing that happened to Lorraine when our little boy Ewan was born. When he's now 7 and very loud, and in those days he was 7 days old and not quite so loud. And he went outside with Lorraine for the very first time to see the full moon, the first time in his life, and he was just completely captivated.
I didn't have to put on the light because I went into the kitchen and I thought, God, it's very bright. And I went, full moon. So I just opened the back door, walked outside, his head straight up. And it was just, so I could see the reflection of the moon in his eyes. And it was just that absolute magical moment that you know you can never document, but you'll never forget. And so I told Jeremy the next day, and straight away we were kind of like just putting notes together. And this is the song, Moon Song.
Right, here we go. Got to try and make that iPad cover full. 1, 2, 3, 4.
A tiny heartbeat and next to me breathing, you kept your rhythm and I fell out of time. The moon, it stirs us, it waxes and wanes a billion refrains, the same melodic line. The dead of darkness and borrowed slumber, but now I need you, you know that it won't keep. I need to take in more of this paradise that you have brought me. It's not a time to sleep. Leave the ordinary, step out of every day. Young eyes fixed on the moon's light, and they're shining as these moments fall away. A tiny heartbeat and next to me breathing, you kept your rhythm and I fell out of time. And if this moment will never breathe again, I'll hold it captive forever in my mind. Leave the ordinary, step out of every day. Young eyes fixed on the moon's light, and they're shining as these moments fall away.
Are you enjoying yourselves? Would you like to sing with me?
No!
God, if you say no, that's going to be embarrassing. So it goes like this for the women.
Ladies.
Ladies. Ha 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 ha. Downstairs, you're not getting away with it. Ha 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 ha. Go on, your turn.
Gents. Ha 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 ha. And again, gents. Ha 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 ha. Well done, Peter. Everyone together.
Ha 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 ha. Fantastic.
Again.
Ha ha ha.
Here we go. Come on, keep going. Fabulous. Well, that's gorgeous. Fantastic. Oh. Gets you there, doesn't it? Oh, it does. You are lovely people. Can I just say before I forget, the Portraits Music is our website. theportraitsmusic.com is our website. And there is a special Burma page at the moment up, which you can just get to by clicking Burma at the top, or else put /Burma after it. So theportraitsmusic.com /Burma. And it tells you a little bit more about this amazing school that we're supporting, Pongdo'u. And also there's a direct link if you want to tell any of your friends, or if you've got any massively wealthy sort of relatives that have a chunk of money they want to give. There is a direct click on PayPal type donation type button type thing on that page. So yeah. Well,
I think we need to do the rest of time.
We do. Okay. I guess we're getting towards the. I don't know where we are time-wise, Richard, and we've got to make sure we have time to do the raffle. As usual here, we just kind of keep playing, and it's just so relaxed and lovely, and so. But by all means, boo us off. But tell us. We will sing a song called "The Rest of Time," which was a single that we released 2 years ago for a little girl who lives not a million miles away from here in. Sorry, I've gone blank for a minute. Near Tring.
Leighton Buzzard.
On the edge of Leighton Buzzard, I think. Anyway, lovely little girl, Emma Whitaker, who at the time was urgently needing a bone marrow donor transplant operation, and needed to find a bone marrow donor to match her tissue type, and couldn't. And meanwhile, separately from that, we were working on a song really in memory of my dad, who died of leukemia 12 years ago, and we wanted to sort of commemorate that and try and get more people to sign up to the Bone Marrow Donors Register. So we put these two things together, having discovered news of little Emma and her search, and we thought, well, maybe we can try and make something of a noise with our music and try and help her and whatever. Anyway, to cut a very long story short, we went around the country recording 2,000 voices, naming each and every one, probably some of you amongst them maybe, on the final song. And Emma got a transplant, not necessarily because of the song, but the good news is at the end of the journey, she got a transplant, and she's doing well.
And I should say, and I should actually add to this, and it really puts perspective to your own lives, is that Emma actually is on the journey to recovery and in submission, and it's fantastic. Yeah. Thank you. Sorry. Yeah. And thank you. I know. Sorry. And I'm supposed to be doing homeschooling.
Yeah. It's fine. We'll perhaps just shorten that a little.
I hope my son doesn't see this, because I'll never hear the last of it. Emma, who's actually had the all clear, when they knew there was something wrong where she was bruising, and they actually tested her bloods and found out that she had a blood disease. They went to the nearest person to her, which was her sibling James, and they found out James had the same problem. Now, he found a bone marrow. She didn't. So it's really good that she did, because it was always very worrying for her. But he's now going through the process, and actually the mum and dad were going to come tonight. Yeah. And I just got a message last minute saying that he had to actually get bloods done today, and they couldn't come. So
they're a remarkable family.
But they're a fabulous family, and she will be here. We will make sure when they're all feeling better with my kids, we'll all come here. So we've a bottle of champagne she's given us 2 years ago, and I don't know how long champagne lasts. But I said I will not open that bottle of champagne until we open it together. So I think our next week done, sorted.
So this is the rest. This is the song, The Rest of Time. And again, there's a website actually about this song. So yeah, therestoftime.com tells you the story of how we put it all together and why, and tells you a little bit about Emma and everything. So therestoftime.com.
And you can also go onto the website, Delete Blood Cancer, if you're not already a donor. Please do. It's free, and you just click. They'll send you a swab and put it in your mouth, and you just get on the register, and you might just match somebody's need for life. So.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Give me just one day. To think I could have it all mapped out inside, a perfect sequence for life. Beneath a sea of questions, my father slipped away.
science to wound is stealing pride, and doubt flows always. Did I let him down? This is the whisper that could be a cry. We only need to pass it on. Seconds to find out, 1,000 hills to climb. The English grace and the moment gone, and doubt flows always. Did I let him down? Give me just one day. In fact, you'll be handing me the rest of time. Not daring to hope that someone might give them time. Would you put yourself out for someone you don't know? Sell a day of comfort, a purchase a life, and doubt flows always. Did I let him down? Give me just one day. The rest of time. Beautiful. Thank you very much. It reminds me of something I was remembered from the last time we were here. We decided to get, some of you may have been here, you probably were, for our gig back here. I think it was February the 6th. Thank you, sir. I'm going to get you on you're going to run my diary for me. Anyway, we recorded part of a song with the lovely crowd here that night. And we're not going to suddenly sing this song, but it is complete.
If you sprung this on me, divorce.
We're not going to sing See You Right Here. See You Right Here is track 2 on our album, which will be out in April. We're going to release it in a different way, and I won't tell you about that at the moment, but we've got this little ingenious plan that we hope will help our music spread out a little bit.
Uber.
No, but it's nothing to do with taxis. Nothing to do with taxis. It's all right. But this song is on there, and the sound of the voices is spectacular. It really was a great success. So,
it's a beautiful sound. Beautiful.
Listen, we're going to have to round things up. You are all lovely. Thank you very much to Richard for having us.
Thank you.
We love coming back. Thanks again to Garath and Annie, who were lovely and sang so beautifully before us.
And can I thank my lovely husband, who works so hard making a beautiful meal for us all this evening.
Well. Well, I would also like to thank in the kitchen Carmen and the other people, because
Yeah.
Carmen just took it on. I mean, she might have been there kind of going, what do I do with this? Whereas she didn't. She was just as calm as Carmen should be. And she just got on with it. And so she's great. Yeah. So thanks, Carmen.
What are we doing for the last song? Are we going to do Here Comes the Sun?
We might, just for a
Since
little laugh.
Garath and Annie actually did a cover. We don't usually do covers either, but I think we need a bit of sunshine in our lives. If I
And
can
then
get
you're gonna tell people who's won the still not
I am.
fallen iPad bag.
I am.
Okay. Right. Okay.
The last time I sang this, I got it completely wrong.
No pressure then. Do you know what? I said that once about a song in this
did.
very space
And you got it
before I
completely
sang
wrong.
it, and I cursed myself. I got it completely wrong a second time. That was undo. Right. Okay. Here we go. You've got to sing, because everyone. This is the sort of song that's in our blood from the moment we're born.
Here comes the sun, here comes the sun, and I say it's alright. Little darling, it's been a long, cold, lonely winter. Little darling, it feels like years since it's been here. Here comes the sun, here comes the sun, and I say it's alright. Little darling, the smiles return to their faces. Little darling, it feels like years since it's been here. Here comes the sun, here comes the sun, and I say it's alright. Sun, 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 here it comes. 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 Little darling, I feel that ice is slowly melting. Little darling, it feels like years since it's been clear. Come on, everybody. Here comes the sun, here comes the sun, and I say it's alright. And again, here comes the sun, here comes the sun, and I say it's alright. It's alright.
Thank you so much. There's a lovely lady called Dinah who's watching, who's just sent a message to say she's watching in Swanage. And Dinah did an amazing job as well, giving us an amazing hosting last week in Purbeck. And I want to say a big thank you to Dinah, who's watching in Swanage.
We love
'cause
Dinah.
We do. We love
you know
you,
what
Dinah.
she did? This is the best. So she made a card, because we were headlining with this wonderful band, and I'm going to boast this band, Cadia. They're fantastic, Richard. They would really work here. And sorry, no pressure. No, they will. And she actually made this card as a thank you for us coming to this place to play. And all the proceeds went to the school in Burma. And she actually went to her child's Lego box and tried to pull out the figurines that most matched us as musicians, with the hats on and a curl and everything else. And then she went and took a photograph of where we were going to play. And then she ran back and she photoshopped us and then all the audience. And all you could see was the back of the audience using all the figurines. Atlas. If you want to see it, I've got it on the Portraits, actually, Facebook site. It is just amazing. Thank you, Dinah. Thank you, Richard.
Yes. Big
Thank you
thanks.
to the Drawing Room.
Big thanks.
thank you for finding us. I can't remember how we actually hooked up in the first place, but thank you very
We were in
much.
France. You were one of the first venues that we played after we left France.
After you left France, but it was just after Glastonbury or something like that,
No,
or before
you were
Glastonbury?
before
Okay.
Glastonbury
No,
ever started.
Yeah, the first time we played was just after Glastonbury.
Okay,
the
you've
first
got a good
Glastonbury,
memory.
we
But
had
we'd
been
hooked up
in
before
touch.
But I think we were in
Exactly,
contact
that's it.
before that.
Yes,
yeah.
yes.
Well, either way, I think one of the things that I would like to just kind of point out about these guys, and that is that if you have heard the words, listened to the words, and heard the work that they've been involved in, the people they've been in contact with, and that is that these are very warm, generous, kind-hearted people, and it is not only because your music is wonderful, but you are also just special people, and you do a lot of good, and you bring the message of love. And there's, if you look on that piece, it says, "I greet this day with love in my heart." We greet this day with the portraits in our heart, so bless you both, and I do look forward to you bringing your kids here. And I just can I just ask Garath and Annie, you downstairs at the moment? Yeah, you haven't left because I haven't paid them yet, so they won't have any petrol money. So why don't you come upstairs so we at least give you another round of applause. So you come on upstairs now. I would like to thank Carmen and Tor and Billy who've been looking after you tonight. I would also like to thank George over here who'd actually introduced Paul, I beg your pardon, Paul even had introduced. Where are they? Are they coming upstairs? They're coming upstairs.
Maybe, Richard, they should draw the tickets for the raffle.
I never said thank you to Jonathan either. No, that's terrible.
And here comes Chat. Oh, Chat.
Or chat.
She wants to go through there, backstage. There we go. And come over here. The cat just opened the door, kind of. And
Oh, it's like being on TV.
Oh yeah, Peter's
We just watched this on TV.
Nice picky with these guys.
I would also just like to invite you all to, if there's somebody that you love in your life and you haven't told them this, either recently or ever at all, anytime, but now is a good time, because we have a celebrant in the house. We have a celebrant in the house. What, all five of us? Listen, thank you everybody for being here, not least because you've helped to keep music live. And there is nothing quite as magical as live music. You know, if you don't know, get out there and experience it. What else was I going to say? I was going to say,
Gareth and Danny should draw the raffle.
I think,
Oh, yeah.
I thought you were going to say that Gareth and Annie should tell each other that they love each other, but
I've destroyed the chicken. The chicken
Oh.
fell down. Sorry. Would you like a chicken?
is that a marriage proposal? Would you like this chicken? Does that mean we're married now?
I take this chicken.
I take this chicken.
Married the chicken. Sorry. it fell off.
Where are the stubs of the tickets? In
They're over here. They're over here.
Are you in? Thank you.
So we're going to give them another shake. Hold on.
Oh, brilliant. Okay.
Mine isn't on the top, I promise.
How about what I do is I throw them up in the air, and you're going to catch one. How good is that? Ready? So you're going to catch. Okay. Okay. You got two. You're going to start dropping them.
We need 1, 2, 3,
Oh.
4, 5.
We need 5.
How many have you got? I got 3.
You've got 3 and you got 2. Okay.
Shall I?
Here we go. And the numbers are.
There's one.
You're going to read them out. You've got the microphone.
Okay. The number is, oh God.
Zach, can you bring the... Sorry,
4, 4,
Tor, can you bring the Hoover?
44.
They've made a real mess up
Yellow.
here.
Way! Super! It's Peter! Yeah! By the way, this man is such a follower of live music,
He is,
and he
and a
takes
supporter.
photographs. I mean, fair
Yeah.
play. So do you want to go and choose what you want? You've got everything from a groovy laptop, iPad holder to a bottle holder. If you like the skirt, you can have the skirt.
That's fine.
Help yourself, Peter. Just take what
Oh
you
yeah,
like.
go on. Why not? Why not?
Yes.
Yeah.
Peter.
That'd be good for festival.
Photo.
Right. Brilliant.
Thank
Okay.
you.
There you go. That's another one.
Oh, next one.
Do you want me to read out mine?
These
Oh no.
are well.
Okay.
Somebody
Fold
had good fun.
Between us, we did very well.
Hold on a minute.
Uh-oh.
Oh, oh my God, 42. Oh, Peter, thank you.
You have to
Okay, pick
pick
another
one from the floor then.
I'll go. Come on.
Oh.
Go for it. Go for it,
Number
Gareth.
17.
Number 17.
Oh.
17. You might need to say it into the microphone. There are people out
17.
17, yellow, 17. 1 7.
I think I've been scrunching them. That's what I've been doing. I've just realised I'm nervously scrunching them.
I've got a. Oh yeah. Oh yay! You're the 17. Yay! Fantastic. Help yourself
Okay,
now.
we've got the next one up with 62. It's 62.
Put it back in the bag.
You know
No,
what?
put
This-
it,
the
draw,
children
draw
and
it again,
all of
draw it
us-
again, draw it again, draw it again.
Then draw it again. Okay.
I've got one here which is 65. 65.
Okay. Number 38. Who did that? Number 38. Oh! Look, I told you the child in us all comes out when it comes to a raffle. We love it. And I think we have how many left? Oh, God. Okay. Good luck.
Yeah, beautiful.
It's like opening nuts. Oh, my son's favorite. 7. Number 7. Yellow number 7. 7. It was people that sitting outside. Number 7. I think. Number 7.
It might take a moment. There might be a relapse as we run in.
Oh yes, okay. Just don't break any legs coming up the stairs.
Did you have number 70?
No,
Oh,
I
okay.
didn't have any.
We've got 2 left, so we'll have another one then while we're waiting.
Okay.
Go for it. Oh, thank you. I can open this. It's
Yeah, 'cause I haven't fiddled with it.
Oh, number 60. It's going to be.
Go on then.
Oh, come on, Peter. Richard, help yourself to what you'd like. Is it the skirt? Is it the lingerie? It's purple. Hold on. It's gone. Well, it's going to be either. What's left then? What have we got left?
Toothpaste bag.
It's an iPad
It's an
holder.
iPad bag.
iPad. Yep.
Yes.
Has anybody got a iPad they want to give me?
That's the next one. That was number 61.
We've got 2 left. We've got 2 left. So,
2
number
left.
7, is he gone home? Okay,
Or
number
she.
7, I'm sorry. Next, we need another.
This is the weirdest raffle ever. Picking them off the floor. What do you want to do?
You do it every week.
Yeah, exactly.
Number 10. Number 10.
So we've got number 7, got number 10. Yeah.
So number 7's got number 10 as well. Are you sitting outside, number 10? Okay, we'll draw another one because we've got 2 gifts left. I told you, Jeremy, 5 items was enough. We'd be here all night.
What number? Oh, I can see.
Number 49. Woo!
Fantastic. Brilliant.
Definitely no number 10. Okay, I'm afraid we're going to have to draw for the last. There's 2. There's an iPad holder on the ground. Yes, it's an
It's got an iPad in it.
No iPad in it. So we got 1 left. The very last one. Do you want to grab another one,
Oh, yeah.
Annie? The last one for the bag. And it is. Oh my golly. Oh golly. Oh. Maybe very lucky because the next one is 40. Look, we're going to definitely be here all night. Have you got any homes to go to? Number 32. Number 32? 32? Calling. Somebody downstairs, number 32? No? Shall I draw again then?
Yes,
One more. Okay, so here we go. It's number 46. Draw again. Oh my God, definitely. We're not going home tonight. Come on, Richard, tell us what you've got there.
So who's left?
Okay, number 57. Oh.
Close enough.
57!
Thank you very, very much. All going to the right place.
Now, do you actually? You've got some other stuff here. If anybody wants to buy any stuff, CDs.
Those things.
CDs. There are some CDs, portrait CDs. Do come up and make your presence felt or feel your presence. And to let you know that we're going to be back next week, 3 times a month, first, second and third Saturday of each month. And it's kind of interesting because without my glasses on, I have no idea who I'm looking at, and the lights are still shining at me. But I just want to thank
that actually didn't come in time and now want to actually claim their prize.
That's
It's
right.
gone.
It's all gone. It's all gone.
It's gone.
Actually, they want the loo. I think they're after loo. Yeah, they're after loo. Look, we are back here next week. There's a girl called Sinead who was meant to be here a little while ago. She's coming next week, and a girl called Hope, who is the most extraordinary. She had a huge amount of coverage on YouTube, doing lots of covers. And when her agent wrote to me, could I just for a moment longer, please, for each moment, I get horribly distracted. She had a huge amount of attention on YouTube from doing other people's music, and I wrote to her agent and said, look, great voice, but how about she does her own stuff? And he said, oh, she does her own stuff. And so she's coming next week. So she's the support act. Sinead, who was one of Amy Winehouse's backing singers, is here. Big voice and writing her own music, producing her own music. She's going to be here. It is also going to be, for a little while, the last gig. That's this young lady over here. Come over here. Samantha, who has been one of our favoritist people, not least because she's not really tall.
I grow my legs every week just for Richard.
I know. How lucky am I? Samantha's going off for a little while, but she is going to come back and see us soon. And in addition to which, there's a bunch of guys who used to work with me whose names appear on the leavers table outside. And 3 of them turned up to here today, and they've decided to bring a few more of the guys who used to work here next weekend. So we're going to have a little bit of an after party, which may go on a long time, actually. It normally goes on in the Zen Den where you're sitting, Fee.
It might work into Sunday.
It will work into Sunday a lot, actually. Never mind, pretty much. And also to wish you guys the most fabulous adventure around the world. And to be surrounded by love, to come back in one piece, and to tell us of your adventure when you come back. And hopefully you may even tune in to us when you're abroad somewhere. And one more time, really just to thank Jonathan on sound. Oh, and just whilst they're here, just to embarrass them, Mel is hiding now somewhere, but Mel, who'd actually downstairs, she had, I think, either told Jonathan or told me about Jonathan, as my son went off to university to study sound. Jonathan took over and has made this place his own, and that's why you're all going to be able to go home and watch the whole show again and again and again, as many times as you like, because it's out there. And we'll, as I say, we're going to be, we'll hopefully still be in business, and we'll continue to do what we do. And thank you all once again. Give yourselves a round of applause. Thank you.